us to go on a little break.
Dude, it's like gonna be only us.
Carbonation in your beer. These can then be strained off. The beer was being built here at Miller in 1892, but these cans were shipped. This was given to us by the city of Milwaukee in 1955 to commemorate 100 years of quality brewing. The old Miller Brewery stands just west of here where the Miller Inn now stands and had to be torn down for expansion purposes. Now the Miller Inn is our next stop. That was built in 1892 and housed the single employees that worked here at Miller. And then in the Stein Hall, that was one of Milwaukee's first bowling alleys, and that was a bar, and now it's a hospitality center. So does anybody have any questions about the tour?
Yes. What's an absconder? These look good for tomorrow.
Yeah, these will work.
Okay.
All right, what's the deal here?
Well, after the tour, apparently the tire is flat, so we're going to have to jack this bad boy up and put the spare on.
Yeah, you got the spare on. We're working hard here.
I'm here with Jena Cortons, fellow social work grad students, for my final interview of the day regarding the Sex Offender Registry. Jena, do you know anything about the Sex Offender Registry?
A little bit, just from what I hear in the news and in the papers.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Why don't we do a little word association here?
Okay.
Grapefruit.
I don't know. Grapes.
Furry rabbits.
Easter.
Bowling pin.
Beer.
Sex offender.
Overreaction.
Let's say you found out that a sex offender was moving in next door. How would that make you feel?
Well, me personally, I wouldn't mind, and I think it's bad. I think it's terrible that I would have to find something like that out. I think it's...
What if you came home one day and you found the sex offender doing something that you didn't like to Mr. Bobo, your cat?
It's BJ.
Well, what would happen if you found the sex offender doing something like that to your cat? Would you feel the same way about not having that information? Wouldn't the information have come in handy? Now your cat's been molested.
I don't know. I guess it all goes down to what you feel should people be rehabilitated, or should they be left up the rest of their lives? Or should they be branded the rest of their lives? I mean, not every sex offender is going to re-offend. And
you said the word branded, and
yes.
that's interesting, because earlier today when I was interviewing someone, they suggested that sex offenders should have the term sex offender tattooed on their foreheads. How do you feel about that?
Why don't we just go back to the scarlet letters?
So you don't think that's a good idea?
No.
That would be bad?
Yeah.
What about castration?
No.
No? So you don't feel it's right that on the news you see their pictures plastered up, and around neighborhoods they have signs and everything. That's not something you want that information? You don't want that information?
But of course I don't have kids.
If you had kids, would it be different?
I don't know. I wouldn't let my kids, well, I shouldn't say that. I would hope that, I don't know. I don't think I would.
Doesn't change your mind at all?
There's so many perverts living right around here in my neighborhood the way it is now.
So are you
just
scared?
Because one's not branded.
For instance, are you scared then that something might happen to
I
the
don't
cat
go outside
DJ?
at night.
I mean, what happens if, for instance, the cat gets out at night and something happens to the cat?
My cat doesn't go outside at night, and neither do I. Branded or non-branded sex offenders.
So you don't want that kind of information? You don't want to know if a sex offender is living next door?
No, because I don't want to know who. I know this sounds terrible, but no, I'm not even going to say it. I don't think it's fair.
All right, let me just throw a term out there. Absconder. Absconder. What do you think that means?
I think it means Casey went on a tour at Miller Brewery.
No. It has something to do with the sex offender registry.
I don't know.
What do you take a wild guess?
I don't even want to
Absconder.
guess.
Hmm?
I don't know.
No, you don't have any idea?
Mm-mm.
Well, then I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
You can find out for yourself. What do you think happens when someone is an absconder?
I don't know.
Let's say, for instance, a sex offender doesn't report to his or her parole officer. All right, and now they're on the loose. What do you think the penalty should be for something like that?
Well, it should probably be the same as what other crimes, if other people who commit crimes and are on parole or probation, and they don't report to their PO.
What do you think that would be?
I don't know. Sometimes they get thrown back in jail.
Okay.
Sometimes.
A person that doesn't report, do you think that that person might be called an absconder?
Is it? I don't know.
Do you think that that might be it?
Maybe.
That could be it, hey?
You cannot use this thing, Lindsay.
Do you have anything else that you would like to say about the sex offender registry here in
No.
Wisconsin?
I think it's I don't know, out of control.
In what way? When you say out of control how?
I mean, if I did something
Let's
bad.
say, for example, I'm a sex offender. What would you like to say to me? Do you want to nurture me? Do you want to help me? What do you want to say to me? That I'm a sex offender. I just moved in next door, and I came over, to just come over and look at your hermit crabs and maybe play some video games. What would you like to say to me?
How's it going?
How's it going? How's it going, Mr. Sex Offender?
No, how's it going, Mr. Pelvicky?
And you wouldn't be concerned that I was living next door? Well, I guess that's really all I need here. You have her opinion.